LA. Y'all niggas sure been bullshitting out here since I've been gone.
What's up, this your boy Styles of WestCoastWriters.com giving you another big exclusive here. We got the LA legend here, CJ Mack in the house.
West Coast Riders, what's up, baby?
Yeah, and we're just going to get into all the business. I know a lot of you fans have been wondering what he's been up to, want to learn a bit of a history about, you know, all the shit he's been through and everything like that. We're going to get into all the good stuff, you know. First off, why don't you just say what's up to everybody real quick.
What's up, everybody? It's CJ Mack. Now I'm still doing what I do out here, man. LA to the fullest. Still doing what I do.
But Rap-A-Lot here, how did you sign to Rap-A-Lot back in '94?
I ended up being on Rap-A-Lot Records when Lil J was out here looking for talent. He wanted to launch like a West Coast version of Rap-A-Lot Records. He wanted to get like Rap-A-Lot West, as a matter of fact, is what it was to be called. And he was out here actually at a partner of mine's house. We was playing dominoes together. And of course I was whooping him. I want you to know that too. I don't know what you've been telling people all these years, but I was smashing him, right? And everybody else was auditioning and everything in the house, you know, getting down for him. And then one of my friends said, CJ, rap too, why don't you get down? And I was like, he was like, you rap? I was like, yeah, you know. He couldn't believe it because that punishment I was putting on him with them dominoes. So I said, okay, man, I started busting, you know. So I got down and started rapping. He was like, oh man, where you get down at? And at the time I had a house out in Moreno Valley. So I was like, I got my producer, he making beats right now. You know, it's like 2 in the morning. I see my producer making beats right now. You just gotta go out there if you wanna come to my spot. He was like, let's go right now. That impressed me that he was willing to, you know, get in the car at 2 in the morning and drive an hour away to hear my stuff. So we went out there and he checked it out, liked what he heard, and he called me a week later and said he got a deal for me at Rap-A-Lot Records.
Yeah. So then you dropped True Game?
Yeah, I dropped True Game on Rap-A-Lot Records. I also did like all the videos, Bushwick's video. I wrote Never Seen a Man Cry Till I Seen a Man Die video. You know, I just did everything over there, you know. Jay Prince, he really taught me a lot. He taught me a lot about business, you know, and a lot about being an artist, but he also taught me a lot about the business aspect of this whole thing here.
Okay, and so off of True Game, you had your single Powder Puff. That was your most known single off that one.
Powder Puff and Come and Take a Ride. A lowrider song too called Come and Take a Ride.
A lot of people have assumed you were dissing certain rappers like Spice One and a couple of other names.
Yeah. You know, I heard that and I read that, but what happened is I never said any names. So people kind of like drew their own conclusions, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, was like a if the shoe fit wear it type rap. I had people in my mind, you know what I'm saying? But at the time I didn't really want to say people's names and all that, so I just left it general. And people started putting it on people who they felt fit the categories, you know, what I was talking about. So that's kind of how that came about. But I had nobody, well, I had people in general, but I never ever said who it was.
Okay. Cool. So then after that, what happened with Rap-A-Lot after that album? I mean,
well, with Rap-A-Lot Records, it was a little rough situation for me because I'm a West Coast artist. And then what we found out, even the staff of Rap-A-Lot Records found out, is that when you're a West Coast artist, you have to have West Coast backing. You have to have a story in LA. Because I'm the only rapper that's not from Texas. You know what I mean? And they're trying to push me, but I'm an LA artist. So it was a little rough for me to survive that way. So I just decided that I needed to come back home and get out. And being that Jay Prince and I became friends, he had no problem with that.
Okay.
You know, he just said, okay, well, you accept this as a gift. I'm giving you this fan base and letting you roll. So, you know, I took it from there.
Okay, cool. And then from there you went to Bangin' Records?
Yeah, I went to Bangin' Records. Mac 10 and I, like I said, I knew Mac 10 before he got on in the rap thing as well. Dub C was actually instrumental in getting me on and giving me some legs to stand on from LA. You know, so Mac 10 ended up with a situation with Bangin' Records, and he came to me and said, hey man, I told you whichever one of us make it first, you know, I'm gonna look out, so I want you to be the first person I signed to Bangin' Records, you know. And then he and I and Dub C, we all talked about it and it seemed like a good fit. So then I ended up going ahead and joining Bangin' Records for Mac 10.
And then you dropped Platinum Game?
Platinum Game.
Okay.
I did Platinum Game with Mac 10.
Okay, cool. You also did a bit of acting with Mac 10 and them, right?
Yeah, we did a movie called Thicker Than Water, and I played a New Orleans drug dealer. And Gator was a cold piece of work, Jack, you know. You know, some of them roles easy to play. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that with Fat Joe, Dub C, Ice Cube, Man, we had a ball.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's a street film, man. It's a real street credible film. Everybody loves it.
So what happened with the Who Banging situation, you know?
Well, with the Who Banging situation, it was cool, man. It's just that everything just wasn't in place for the label to succeed. You know, I mean, I can't really say what it was, man, but I hold no malice or anything like that. Like I said, man, Tim put food on my table, you know, at the time when I needed it. So he's gonna always be all right with me. But the whole label thing just didn't work out. As far as me being a Who Banging Raiders, it just didn't work out.
So then, after Who Banging, rumors started circulating that you were gonna sign with Death Row.
Yeah. Well, what happened was I did a song because I was a little upset about the way things were going at the time. You know, I was a little younger, a little feisty back then, you know? So I just didn't like the way the camera kind of shifted from the West Coast to the East Coast. You know, and I kind of felt that certain people had a lot to do with that because they had started saying that gangster rap was dead and this and that. Oh, this the real rappers over here. You know, and I kind of felt that way. You know, and I kind of felt like, oh, that ain't cool. You know, if you feel that way, to each his own, but why would you say that? Because you just made the whole camera shift. When you real powerful, you know, if you real powerful and everybody's following you for something that you created, and then all of a sudden you say, that ain't, this is what's real, and the camera swing over there, a lot of people was caused not to eat because of that. So I took offense to that, you know, and I just was vocal about it.
It wasn't like Suge came to his aid, man.
No, not at all. Not at all. I made the song, and they approached me, and they wanted to buy the song from me.
Okay.
You know, so that's how that deal came about.
Okay. So, man, that's kind of a crazy song you did. Was I Ain't Fucking With Ya?
Yeah.
You get any, any flack from that?
No, not at all. I mean, you know, I just speak my mind, man. And, you know, I just said what I felt. You know what I mean? Now, do I feel the same way now? I haven't really thought about it in a long time. I hold no malice towards anybody, you know, even that I spoke on the song at that time. That's just what I was going through at that time. I mean, that's where I was at the time. That's what I felt. But I ain't mad at nobody.
Okay, so you have no nothing against, Ray, Eminem, or Hitman?
Nah. I got nothing further, you know what I mean, against them guys, nothing like that. You know, it didn't turn into nothing, major. You know, it didn't really turn into anything major. So, I mean, it's cool, you know what I mean? I said what I felt, you know? And like I said, that's how I felt at the time. You know, I'm young and wild.
So what happened with Death Row? There was rumors that you were going to possibly sign to that label?
Well, Suge and I had a few discussions about me signing to Death Row, but by that time, me going through 2 different label situations, I really had entrepreneurship in my mind. I wasn't really ready to sign to anybody. I wanted to just do what I wanted to do. You know, I always been a CEO in this business, man. The whole time I've been in this business, it was like record labels would always tell me, "Go get a manager. Once you do this, once you do that, CJ," because they didn't think I could handle, like, in this business, nobody wants to tell you got an ugly baby, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, your record's whack, you know what I'm saying? Labels don't want to talk like that to the artists. So I've always had problems with artists, with labels understanding that, hey, I could take it. I need to know what the business is. I need to know what's happening. So I was always in that frame of mind. Like, I used to ask Lil J stuff, Jay Prince. I used to say, man, how come such and such? And he would just break it down and he'd say, man, you gonna have to do the same thing, man. The same thing you asked me, you gonna have to do this one day, man. Yeah. So he used to break it down to me. So I've always really been CEO minded rather than artist minded. So that's why the artist thing for me was okay, you know what I mean? But I'm a CEO at heart. So that's why the Death Row thing really didn't go down, because I wasn't really ready to be an artist on a label with you.
And so then, after that period, you went into filming.
Yeah.
Made a DVD called Sea Walk.
Yeah, I did Sea Walk. I did a documentary on Crip Walk. You know, a dance that had gotten real popular, mainstream, Lil Bow Wow, Naked Girls. Everybody's Crip Walking, Rick Barry, at the All-Star game, Crip Walking, So I just decided not that I mind anybody doing the dance. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? That's something that was negative turned to a positive thing. You know, I didn't have a problem with that, but I kind of saw that as a way to get a bigger message across. I wanted to talk about the slaying and the gang killings and stuff that was going on in Los Angeles because the media had stopped talking about it. The media had just stopped putting it on the news, you know, everybody getting killed every day, you know, that's it. So I wanted to talk about that and say, nah, that's not over. It's still going on out here, man. Young kids are still getting killed out here every day. So I used the dance as a clever hook to make people listen to what was going on out here still. So that was my whole thing with doing Seawalk.
You've always seemed to, in your songs, you always seem to like kind of come down a little hard on what you feel is people that make street songs and aren't really street. Like, you know, you just made, you know, that one off of the CT Experience with Crazy Tunes. You ain't street. Why don't you talk about it?
Well, yeah, I'm an LA veteran, man. I've been around here for a long time. You know, I know everybody's past. You know what I'm saying? So it's beneficial for me not to be rapping because I know everybody and where everybody started off at and what they were doing and what they weren't doing. And so when you say certain things, I can combat a lot of people on a lot of things that they say, but I don't choose to do that anymore as far as like really calling people out and all that. Even the song I did for Tunes, I actually did that a little while ago. Okay. You know what I mean? But Tunes the only person that can make me rap. You know, Tunes forces me to get in there. He make me do the song over and all kind of stuff, you know. But I feel differently now. I'm not really into challenging people for what they are and what they do. I'm gonna live and let live with this rap thing, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna take care of the business aspects of it now. So I'm not really, you know, hey, do what you do, man. No more comments from CJ. Hey, you can be whatever you want to be, man. Hey, if you killed 23 people, the only you know about it, if you tell everybody on the record, it's your thing, man. Do your thing. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. So if you sold, wait a minute, if you sold 1,000 birds, we can't find nobody who sold them to.
I got nothing to say. So he's officially retired as an artist.
Yeah, I'm retired, man.
Songs, you know?
I'm retired, man, so y'all ain't gotta be pot-shotting me with little diss records and all this little kind of little stuff, man. Cause I don't rap no more. But I still got a few hot ones, and I do know y'all past. So don't bring me out. Don't trip.
Now, there was a line that you said in that song on the CT Experience that kind of caught a lot of people's ears. And that was a line where you said, I got love for Suge and for Snoop.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that?
Well, I do. You know, like with that time period when I was doing business with Death Row, with that song and everything, I had to go visit Suge Knight a few times. I mean, he was incarcerated at the time, so I had to go up there and fly out there and visit him, talk to him. We was trying to put some things together, you know. And I grew to respect him. And then when he came out, he showed me nothing but respect every time he see me. To this day, he see me, hey, what's up? He hugged me, and I hug him, and it's cool. But at the same time, Snoop and I, we had conversations. Snoop got on Seawalk with me, and we sat down and had long heart-to-heart talking. I really got a chance to know him, rather than just, his image and know his raps and his records. We got a chance to really, really vibe for a while. And then I grew to have a lot of love and respect for him also. So, you know, that's them guys, that's their business. You know, and they can work that business out if everybody's not in the middle with their little comments. You know, that's why I say, you know, let them handle their problems, man. You know, I got love for Suge and Snoop. You know, and that's how I feel about it.
You think LA is too divided still, or what?
LA is very divided, man, because we have so much gang warfare. I mean, you got a different gang on every 10 blocks around here. So, yeah, it's very, very, very divided, and it's hard to come together because of that. Because of the whole gang thing, it's real hard for us to unify like everywhere else. You know, because everything is so segregated. You know what I mean? So, you know, the older cats and cats been around for a while, they cool. Everybody, nobody got no problems really like that. But then the youngsters, they're not going to just stop overnight tripping. You know what I mean? So LA is a place that's real big on, like, segregation and street pride.
So that carries on over into the rap world?
Yeah, because with this thing in LA, it ain't even really about the money, man. You know, it ain't even about the money, where in some towns people feud and fight over money. Los Angeles, it ain't money. It's just long a long feud. It's like a big ass civil war that's been going on, man. You know, since the early 70s, it's a big ass civil war that won't stop. So it's a whole lot of segregation, a whole lot of division here, man. And it does get in the way of us being able to eat and get money, man. Because it's rough. Two crews, he's from over here, he's from over here. Those crews, they trying to do a show in the same place. Them two on stage might be cool, but then homeboys start tripping. It's rough.
Hard to do shows out here.
Yeah, it's a rough show. It's a rough town, man. Los Angeles is a rough town, man.
So let's talk about your future now. Now that you're retired from making songs, I know you're in the business now. You told me that you're in the business with Crazy Tunes and Dub C. Why don't you talk about your label that you guys started?
Yeah, Dub C, Crazy Tunes. Now we have a label called Big Swang Records, and right now Dub's coming out on Big Swang, and we got a new group we just signed that's off the hook. They on fire, y'all. They call it THA TRAPP. They sick with it. They sick with it. They LA to the heart, but they real universal. Okay. They're doing some things that I've been wanting to see a rap artist from here do for the longest, and that's not being the stereotypical LA group. You know what I mean? Like, everybody think that we get up in the morning, crack the 40 ounce, put the house shoes on, crip walk to the car, hit the switch on the Chevy, and then roll. You know what I'm saying? The whole world thinks that that's what they think of us in Los Angeles. Well, we much flyer than that. And the group, The Trap, they show that. They bigger than that. You know? Like, they all hood, they all LA, but at the same time, they bigger than that, and they show they show a bigger picture, they paint a bigger picture of Los Angeles that's ever been painted before. LA is a lot flyer than what the rest of the world knows. You know, I'm an 80s cat, so I know. You know, I know when wasn't nothing but slant nose Porsches and Raris and 500s on Crenshaw, man. You know, but that never got shown. Only the NWA version got shown, and that's kind of like what we've been giving them for the last 25, 30 years. Is the NWA version of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is flyer than that. You know, I believe that everybody comes through here to pick apart what we do, and they take it and they do it their way, and they win, and they leave us at the bottom of the totem pole. I think the East Coast did it. I love their songs. I like Puffy shit. Jay-Z and them. I like every Locks. I like all of them. I like their shit. So I'm not knocking it, but what I'm saying is they didn't even used to cuss on raps. Yeah, I remember when I started rapping. You know what I mean? Out here we was cussing. Every clothing designer you see, the big shirts and the big, where that come from? This is the only place people was wearing saggy pants, big shirts, and big clothes. Now it's mainstream, you know what I mean? All the fat forms and the shines, and everybody's clothes got big. Where that come from? Here. Down south, you look at every video, everybody got white t-shirts on, and where that come from? We've been doing that for 20 years. You know what I mean? So everybody takes a little bit of us, and they do their thing with it, but they just do music that, nowadays people in the music, everybody don't want to be mad. Los Angeles is angry music, because this is a somewhat angry place. Because of all the gang violence and all the things that we have going on here, this is a somewhat angry place where everybody kind of enjoys themselves and they have fun doing music, fucking them dancing and shit, you know what I mean? But they took this lifestyle, this LA fucking and rapping about the LA 80s, in my opinion, getting money. Nobody from LA talk about getting money. They act like we just around here shooting every day and that's it. We on Sunset Boulevard right now chilling, man, smoking a cigar, man. At the cigar lounge, man. Right?
Yeah.
But I ain't supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be somewhere looking for somebody to shoot, you know what I mean, according to the rest of the world. And it's just not really like that. But this group, The Trap, they showing.
How many dudes are in this?
There's 2 members in The Trap.
Okay, what's their name?
MP and Money Grip.
Okay.
You know, they off the hook, man, and they gonna bring y'all something brand new, man, and they ain't never been seen before.
Cool.
From here.
When can we look forward to hearing something?
Oh, real soon, baby. Okay. Real soon.
Okay.
They first single is called Riding on Chrome. And it's sick. It's sick. And I know Riding on Chrome, you're gonna think, you know, here we go. But nah, it's not that. You know what I mean? It's bigger than that.
Cool.
Yeah, they real universal, man. It's gonna be sick.
Cool. So you guys looking for more talent with your label or what?
Oh yeah, always. But right now, we really, our main focus is on Dub C and The Trap.
Okay.
Well, I don't care about nothing else right now. Dub C and The Trap. You know what I mean? That's That's the only thing you're gonna get me to say the rest of this interview is Dub C and the trap.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care about nothing else. So right now that's our focus, and that's what we're gonna bring y'all real soon.
Can't wait to hear it, man.
Yeah, real soon.
Good to hear it. Well, man, I wanted to just thank you for taking the time to just express everything that's been on your chest and on your mind and stuff like that, you know. And shit, man, thank you for taking the time, brother.
Okay, it's all good.
CJ Mac right here. Is there anything else you want to say to everybody?
Oh, everybody, you know, I just want to say, man, I'm just enjoying life, man, having a ball. Don't fuck with me. Cause it'll be some other shit, but it's all good, man. Love, man. Everybody stay up, man. Everybody West Coast, keep grinding. I like how everybody putting it together. I like how Snoop trying to do his thing right now. Snoop going way hard, man. Really trying to help the West Coast. I like how Ice Cube has come out. Ice Cube really got out here and touched these streets. He got down. He took his album back to the essence. He got down. You know what I'm saying? Dub C's next. Dub C's album is gonna be phenomenal, and Trap's album is gonna be phenomenal. And that's it.
Show, man.
All right, West Coast Riders, baby.
There you go, man. It's your boy Styles signing off.
Chest, nigga. Ain't nothing changed, smoke 'em coming, you niggas. Still down to catch a fade with any one of you niggas.